I fear I'm going to get myself in trouble when I go back to work because it's 10 a.m. and I got up 15 minutes ago. To be fair, Mia got up in the middle of the night last night, so we were wide awake for a while, which was not ideal. We have changed into another comfy outfit, but we just got a package at our front door. Small package. Anthony got a new snowboard. Under 200 bucks.
It was a Black Friday deal pretty much.
Yeah, I mean the green looks good. What bindings are you gonna do? I'm about to leave to go get our wedding vases back from our florist and take our marriage certificate down to the courthouse. We got all the vases. Now we gotta go drop off the marriage license. Okay, we just got here. Is it weird that I'm like, I don't know, it like is so real. I mean, obviously not that I wasn't real on the wedding day, but like this is like so real. We're official! Now I have to start the name change process. What are you doing? My phone case, first of all, let me just tell you about our marriage license. We didn't even fill it all out. Like, we signed and had everybody signed, but the rest of it we didn't fill out. So I had to fill all that out when I got there, which was really funny. My phone case is just slowly dying on me, so it was time for a new one. But if you know me, you know I'm an extremely indecisive person. So we got two. Ooh, I do like that a lot. It's a MagSafe Octo Buddy. And then I also got gold, very basic. I'm leaning orange. We'll come back for that. We need some food. Time to make my favorite dish. Hi, baby. Yum. Well, this is exciting because I am updating my name. Please indicate how your name should appear on your social security card. Rachel, Nicole, and spouse's last name. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have to go into the office because it's being stupid. It's saying that I can't put my actual wedding date. I'm watching the Avs game. Anthony's working in our garage because he's doing our rooftop tent thing. And I am about to start dinner. My little coffee break mug. I do wonder if that show is going to live on or not. We got our bag, phone. Let's go. Love you, Mia. We have arrived, but I figured, because I still have a few minutes, this would be like a good time to answer some questions that I got over on YouTube. I've had a lot of people asking me like how to get into the industry. So first question I got is, where do I start? Is there classes I need to start taking? I'm pretty sure I need a sports communication degree. So you do not need a sports communication degree. I went to school for journalism and communications. So you can go broader, and then I got a minor in sports management just because I wanted to take the fun sports classes. But my best advice to you is, one, if you're going to school, get involved with wherever you're going to school if they have an athletic department, and two, take as many internships as frequently possible. I know some internships aren't happening anymore ever since COVID, that got shut down, or I also know that they're not paid. I only did one internship that was paid, and I even was still coming back after my internship was over and I wasn't getting paid. So just be as involved as you possibly can, whether you're in school, whether you're out. You can start a YouTube channel if you want to. You can start a TikTok channel. Do whatever you can to, one, get in front of the camera and start covering your favorite teams. That's the nice thing about social media nowadays, is you can literally do whatever you want to do because you have the platforms right at the palm of your hand. What comes with the job? Things you love and hate about it, pros and cons. Okay, great question, because there's so many pros. I love my job. I'm so thankful. I'm literally not even employed right now, but because I love what I do, I'm still able to, cover these teams and do essentially what I want to do, which is amazing. But I would say there are a lot of cons is, people think that you make a whole lot of money and you really don't until you work your way up. I mean, my first job, I was making $35,000. I'm not afraid to say that. So you just continuously work your way up. I think there's a lot in money transparency. I think you have to really fight for what you want to. And then the other thing is you probably will work 7 days a week. You feel like you can never really take a day off because there is always news breaking. Now, if you're a beat reporter and you cover one specific team, then you might be able to have some downtime during the off season. But because of me, I covered the Avalanche, the Broncos, and the Nuggets pretty, intensely. So no matter what, there was always something going on. So I always had to be paying attention. If you love sports, that's not a problem, but it does get a little exhausting when you really feel like you have to pay attention to every single day. Otherwise, you fall behind very, very quickly. The other one is you're going to miss a lot of things. I've missed graduation ceremonies. I've missed holidays. I've worked on Christmas. Like, that's just part of it. Last year, I missed Christmas Eve with my fiance at the time because I was at the Broncos game having to work it, and you don't get to have your family members be there for those moments. So there are some pros, there are some cons. I mean, obviously the pros is we're so lucky to be able to do what we do. I could do an entire video about that, but it really is the best job in the world. You get the opportunity to utilize your own voice, give your own opinions, but at the exact same time, athletes don't always want to talk to you. You can kind of feel like this awkward person who's just being around. And especially as a female, it can be a little hard and a little daunting, but you just get past it. There's so many great people in the industry that you're like, all right, we're all in this together. That even goes back to like missing the holidays. Like, yeah, it sucks that I missed it with my fiance, now my husband, but at the exact same time, I was with my sports family and I was able to spend the holidays with all of them too. So there's tons of pros, there's tons of cons. Another pro is you get fed almost every single time. Like, I get a free meal pretty much every game I go to, which is really nice, and it's good food. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons, but that's the same for every single job. Like I said, I could do an entire video, but those are the things that came off just like the tip of my tongue, essentially talking about that. Just a little nervous that Sean Payton is going to go early today. Don't ask me why. I have like a gut feeling, so let's get inside. We are inside today.
First off, schedule, it's always a little different this time of the year. So we kind of had most of our first and second down work done. We'll do that again tomorrow. And then we'll get the players out of here by lunch hour. When we come back Friday, because we're playing Monday night, when we come back Friday, that will be just like a Thursday then. Third down. Saturday will be like, and so the schedule works out fine that way with a Monday night game. Any questions? Yeah.
This is your 8th year in the league, and maybe your best shot at the postseason. Having been through thick and thin, what is it like for you as we approach the home stretch, knowing that you guys have a great shot to get in?
Well, we're not in the postseason yet, so we still got a lot of work to do. I believe there's 6 weeks left, and we got to take 1 week at a time and handle business. And it starts on Monday night, and we got to enjoy. And then, after that, we got a bye week, and then we'll focus on that later. But right now, we just, one day at a time, one play at a time mindset, and see what happens on Monday night.
This is your 8th year in the league, and maybe your best shot at the postseason. Having been through thick and thin, what is it like for you as we approach the home stretch, knowing that you guys have a great shot to get in?
Well, we're not in the postseason yet, so we still got a lot of work to do. I believe there's 6 weeks left, and we got to take 1 week at a time and handle business. And it starts on Monday night, and we got to enjoy. And then, after that, we got a bye week, and then we'll focus on that later. But right now, we just, one day at a time, one play at a time mindset, and see what happens on Monday night.
Coach kind of gives me a hard time that he doesn't want the kickers to get any more Player of the Week awards. But, I mean, look, I've been on some high-powered offenses in New Orleans when we had Drew, and I've kicked more field goals there than I ever have. So, like, a lot of times when you have a high-powered offense, a successful offense like we have, it means we're crossing the 50, and that's a good thing. So, obviously multiple 50-yarders in the game is a cool feat, but I think you see that more and more these days. So it's a testament to the specialists in general. We're getting better.
So we are out. What we learned. Sean, I don't think he was impressed with last week. Like, happy a win is a win. But the fact that they are practicing on Thanksgiving, even if it's a short day, tells me that we're not happy with where we're at, which I think is good. I think this team knows they cannot let down any games. The Adam Troutman quote about Christmas Eve against the New England Patriots last year definitely stuck out to me. Jonathan Cooper was hilarious today. Garrett Bowles, he hears the talk, gotta be better. I almost kind of felt bad for him too, because I do think that Broncos country does deeply care about him. Holy crap, it's cold. Oh, that was really loud. Holy smokes, it is freezing. Okay, so the question was, I'm assuming you start off interviews and things like that in high school. So is it hard to move up to the pro, NFL, NBA level? So I want to be really careful about how I word this because I feel like it is luck and not luck all at the exact same time. Just a little bit about my career path is I did 3 internships in college. I worked for my college athletic department, and I got my first job because of how many internships I did. That's what really stuck out. So my first job was with the Western Athletic Conference. So I was covering, a lot of these smaller schools, and I did that for 3 years, really 2 because COVID kind of came in and shut everything down. So there were no jobs being out there, and we weren't doing a whole lot either. So 3 years technically is how long I was employed by them. I was also working with the Colorado Rapids on the side there, and I was their in-game host, which was really fun, and I enjoyed that. And because of that, that's how they ended up finding out about me, and that's how I got my job at 104.3 The Fan / Denver Sports. Like, if you think about it, I had 2 outside of college jobs that did not include really, like, the pros, like the main 3, but because I was working really hard in the market and because I knew different people, like my friend Lauren Jabara, she actually works for Turner and NBA TV right now. She's the one who gave my name and was like, hey, you should call this girl. And that's when Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan called me. Another story that not a lot of people know is I actually almost took a job with ESPN. It was a little bit, I think, going to be a more behind the scenes job, which is why I ended up going for 104.3 The Fan. But I literally was offered both of the jobs at the exact same time. I had been going through months and months of interviews with ESPN. Like, I hadn't told anybody, and I still remember calling my parents one day and being like, I just got offered a job at ESPN, and they were like, what did you just say to me? I ended up like crying on the phone because I asked the recruiter person, and I was like, I just want to make sure that this is like a partially on camera job. And I remember her being like, let me call, but I don't think so. And that was a really, really hard decision that I had to make, to be like, the big network, but it's not doing what I wanted to do. So ultimately I decided to stick it out and go with 104.3 The Fan, Denver Sports. It changed my entire life. I had so many amazing opportunities there. I covered 2 championship runs. I got to cover the Broncos in depth. I built relationships. So even though right now I'm not employed, I'm still having the opportunity to come in here and cover the teams just like I was if I was there. So I'm really, really grateful for that. But I also just want to say it's luck. It's about finding the jobs when they're open, and it's hard to come by jobs in the NFL and NBA that are open all of the time, because you do have to be through an organization to be able to get credentialed, and it's really, really hard for those to come by, and I understand that. So I would just say, if you are looking to get into it, start like your own YouTube channel, your own TikTok, and definitely like work on your on-camera skills if that's what you want to do, but then try and find a full-time job that essentially lets you be a part of this. And if you're still in school, do the internships too, because you're going to meet so many people. There are so many people that I met during my first internship here that are still here covering these teams and are people that are hiring for jobs. So that would be my biggest advice, is just, there are a ton of people, and network your butt off, and it'll pay off for sure. If anybody sees me right now, they're like, this chick is just talking into a microphone in her car. And I hope that was helpful to anybody. Work your butt off, network as much as possible, and get used to talking in front of a camera. It took me a really, really long time to feel comfortable with it, and I have now been doing this for 10 years. Wow. That is actually crazy. And I feel like within the last year, I've gotten to be like super comfortable with it. All right, though, it is time to go home now. We're doing a show with DMAC later this evening, which will be fun. Let's talk about with Thanksgiving being tomorrow. I just ran to pick up my laptop from Anthony. He's at Home Depot, but we are printing our thank you notes. It has been a process to get these printed. Let me just tell you. All right, you should have it. Not the thank you notes, but now I need envelopes for said thank you notes. Also, we're gonna play a prank on Anthony. These are big enough. No, definitely not big enough. I guess we're doing these. Okay, so real quick, let me give you the lowdown. I guess if you're getting a thank you card from us, then you're gonna see it. But essentially, the original copy that I had sent or had got printed, it had a double nose of Anthony just from the way it was like edited. And I noticed it, thank God. Otherwise we would have got printed all of them, which would have been a wreck. But I'm gonna tell Anthony, I'm gonna show him the other one that we have that like got folded with the double nose. See if he notices, and then have him freak out that we got printed with doubles. I am kind of annoyed though, because we have to go in and fold all of these by ourselves. But They're cute and they're custom, so it'll be worth it. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving though. I need sweet potatoes and I need a pie. Hopefully our grocery store has those. Hi! Hi! Are you having fun? Quick pit stop to see the puppy who's playing outside with her frisbee. So her favorite thing in the world.
No, that's all I got for the boot size. I'll probably need to written boots and a helmet, but because I do have some boots, but they're also kind of broken, some old ones.
Sweet potatoes, my favorite, the last one, Marie Callender's Dutch apple pie. This is the best one. I'm sorry if you think otherwise. That's the best pie.
So I saw the design before we sent it in.
Thanks.
Yeah, looks good.
Oh, Twan.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Just so non-observant.
What am I supposed to observe? Thank you.
You got two noses.
That's just somebody behind me.
No. That's your nose again.
How? Are we sure it's not just Mike's nose behind me?
I'm positive.
Was it in the actual picture?
No, I fixed it on the other ones.
I mean, I saw that, but I just figured it was someone behind me.
Show with D-Mac is done. I'm about to make dinner. It is 8:15 and we are doing breakfast for dinner tonight. I swear though that orange juice hits way, way, way different in the evening. Like this, I will show you guys if Anthony finishes the project in the garage that we're talking about. But otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for Thanksgiving.